Hello, it's CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. We're across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. Stop and see us if you're traveling through on your holiday, or if you need some place to come that's different. Come check us out. We'd love to have you, and we have lots of fun things to do all the time. Anyway, this video is a little bit overdue, but it is time to review American Horror Story Delicate, Episode 4. There will be spoilers starting now. This season, this particular episode opens up in traditional American Horror Story fashion with a flashback to 1555, and there is a queen, and she's giving a birth, and she's, oh my God, she's apparently, they're like, what the hell's happened? And she's trying to nurse this baby, and it's a queen, and she's trying to nurse this baby, and the sister rushes in past the midwives or whatever, and they're like, she's requested no visitor, and she's like, I'm not a visitor, I'm the queen's sister, move out of my way, bitches, or whatever. And she rushes in there. She didn't call him a bitch, yeah, but she rushes in there, and the baby's like trying to nurse, and there's blood everywhere and everything like that. So it's like, and then out of the shadow, two figures: Billy Lord, Leslie Grossman, two faces that we know from previous American Horror Story seasons. And so now I'm starting to get familiar. When I start seeing returning actors in various different roles, that's what intrigues me most about American Horror Story, is the transformative nature of the actors and the players, and how sometimes they can be looking very different, play very different characters, even look different and feel different, and then sometimes not really even look that different, because they don't look that different from previous characters that they played. Um, they're not doing the Lon Chaney thing, but their characters are different. But you almost get a sense of, you know. Anyway, they had made a deal uh, with the Queen, her success, uh, in her place in the world and everything, for the child, firstborn child. And the sister's like, oh, no, no. And they're like, oh, you stay out of this. This isn't your business. We'll deal with you later. And she's like, why would you deal with me? I haven't made the deal. And they're like, oh, but you will, And then we come flash forward, post credits, back to the present, and we have uh, Anne Victoria Alcott, who is nominated for all the awards, but she's had some public image relations, and so she goes to see her publicist, played by Kim Kardashian, and she's like, meet the Ashleys. And of course it is Naomi. Oh, wait. Before that happens, before we get to this scene, oh, by the way, it's Naomi Grossman and Billy Lord playing the Ashleys. But before, as the credits are still going, it actually opens with uh, Anne Alcott, who has found a dead animal. And her husband comes out and questions her, and she catches him off guard. He mentions something about Miss Preacher, and he's like, she's like, I think Miss Preacher has been in my phone, and he's like, don't communicate with her because she's just this and that, and just like what your publicist said. And she's like, wait, you weren't in the room when we had that conversation. He's like, no, she told me about it later. But he had to stop and think. So she uh, caught him in a lie. Yeah, possibly she caught him. I don't know. Maybe he played it down. But anyway, at this point, right after that, she's in her publicist's office seeing the Ashleys, who are the people who came to take the baby from 1555, you know. And then throughout this time, she's getting messages. Anna Victoria Alcott, who reminds me of um, Louisa May Alcott, who is the writer of Little Women, that name. So I think that kind of it lends to the feminist slant to the story of Rosemary's Baby that we're getting here. At this point, she goes and to the doctor, and the doctor, of course, also another returning face from previous seasons of American Horror Story, um, tells her, hey, um, what happened was you had a vanishing twin, a miscarriage of a twin that we didn't notice before because as we did the ultrasound and everything like that, whatever, it was undetected. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, whatever. It's um, they've just been doing weird things to the baby, and I don't know why they would have made her feel that she had a miscarriage or come up with it, except if maybe one of the procedures that they did was somewhat messy, and so they needed a cover story or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, so she's still pregnant, and pregnant with some weird cravings, and it's not. She goes to the freezer for one thing and opens the refrigerator door, and there's like 1/2 pint of ice cream and one jar of pickles. That's all that's in this refrigerator. Now I understand the weird craving, and everybody wants to say pickles and ice cream. Is that the only thing pregnant women ever crave? I don't know. Uh, I'm not a woman. I'm not ever gonna get pregnant or whatever. That didn't quite sound right. Uh, no, I'm not transgender. I'm a dude, but I'm just saying I have no idea. There's just one time I had like chicken pox. I was in my 20s, and I was holed up at my sister's place, and I had someone just bring me by meatball subs like every night when I was convalescing over there because the whole house had it. But I was a sitter that sat with an elderly lady, and I didn't want to risk her health, so I was taking some time away while I got over the chicken pox. But my craving for this was meatball sub, like a meatball sub with just the meatballs and the sauce and mayo and Swiss or provolone cheese, which to me they were about the same. Um, they're very similar tastes actually. Provolone's a little bit milder, I think. Swiss, yeah, whatever. But yeah, today I still have both of those cheeses on hand. Anyway, why would is but no imagination with the ice cream and pickles. Anyway, she eats that, but then she goes down to the basement, and we know that there's a basement. By the way, this episode is showing some scenes in which Anna is not in the scene, and there's still this curious exchange of look and things going on. So um, maybe at one point we thought that there's some sort of weird conspiracy going on, but was it a conspiracy, or could she be making it up? Could she be imagining? Could there be we don't know what's going on. There's some weird shit going on. Last episode, when she's accepting this, or the episode before that, whenever she's accepting an award, uh, and her husband's making out with two women in the audience and stuff like that, and then we don't know what's going on, but could it be magic? Is she being gaslighted? Is she being poisoned? Is she being having spells put upon her for witchcraft? Whatever, I don't know, but I'm almost 100% certain. Now this is Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk, and even though they're not writing, and this is not based on their work, they are still producing, and they probably still say, hey, we've got to have some things. Uh, So, and this story is inspired by and based on delicate condition. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's got to follow beat by beat by beat the happenings that go on in the novel Delicate Condition. It could be an alternate telling, such as Delicate Condition being inspired by Rosemary's Baby, you know. Which, by the way, let me talk about this plot point of Rosemary's Baby, because it was kind of done in season 8, referencing back to season 1 in American Horror Story with the uh, Michael Langdon storyline, as he's the Antichrist in those seasons. But this goes all the way back to fairy tales. We have Beauty and the Beast is kind of the story of a father who uh, you know, steals a rose or something like that, or whatever, fruit or something from uh, you know, a prince who's a beast, you know, and whatever. And basically, it's he's like, hey, you're not capable of like, we're gonna come take your child. So it's basically for me that the subtext of it is social services coming into the home to take the child or something like that. So CPS or something. I don't know. But then we also have this is all these things. They talk about with Sleeping Beauty, drugs or something. I don't know, or I don't know, whatever, the sickness or whatever. I don't know that one. Something happened, and the beauty had to be away from the family. Then we have Snow White. That was a stepmother, stepfather, and intervention kind of thing. Not good, not good. Runaway, basically, sort of a runaway. So all these fairy tales, but the one that really goes back, and we get this uh, Rosemary's Baby kind of theme to it, would be Rumpelstiltskin. The little dwarf shows up, makes the deal, and the deal is for the life of the firstborn child, and that is Rumpelstiltskin. And then, of course, Rapunzel also. So, these things are fairy tales. Anyway, American Horror Story, Delicate, episode 4. Kind of lets you know, hey, this really is happening. At the scene closes where she goes, Anna Alcott, she goes back and gets the animal that she's had in the basement, and she looks down at it after she's had her snack of pickles and ice cream, and then she picks this thing up. And you think, is she loving it? Is she finally going to get rid of it now that she knows that she's pregnant for true? Can she get rid of this thing and not have this thing in this little bassinet? She actually picks this thing up and just commences to eating it. This dead animal, this dead carcass. So, well, we now know at this point, hey, this is not an imagination thing. There's some weird stuff going on. So, and it's real. And there's some Satanist stuff going on. Now, what's the twist? Who was it that made the deal? Was it the husband? Was it the publicist? They're all in on it, right? Did Anna Alcott make the deal herself long ago? Maybe she was famous, and then later on she did this movie, but she wasn't. That no one really. Did she make the deal? And did she make the deal? And now she's having to, pay the piper, as they say. Give the devil his due. I don't know, but I do know that I love you. Love and light, peace. Goodbye and good night.